One of the things that we started with was, as we're doing the macros, was the protein. And I was shocked at how much protein I was eating. I've never had that much protein before, consistently.
Yep.
I mean, and it's not keto, because I'm certainly eating carbs and fat, so it's not a solid, like, keto. So can you tell us about, like, the makeup of the different macros and why it's kind of important to have a range and to track those?
Yeah, so when you talk about calories, your calories are made up of your macronutrients and your micronutrients. So micro would be like fiber and your vitamins and minerals. And your macronutrients, or as we shorten it to macros, is your carbs, your fats, and your protein.
Okay.
So your body needs all three. That's why I don't like keto or certain diets like that, because their focus is to minimize one of the three macros, but there's a reason that we have three of them, because your body uses all three.
Okay.
So each one is responsible for different actions in your body. So protein specifically is in charge of building and maintaining lean body mass. And when I talk lean body mass, it's more than just muscle. Muscle is the biggest one that you absolutely need protein if you want to build muscle, but also to a cellular level. And your bones, your tendons, ligaments, your cells, all of those parts of your body, they need protein to stay strong and to not break down and deteriorate. So that's why it's super important to focus on a protein goal. But as you probably noticed, protein is the most difficult to get in.
Right.
Carbs and fats are tasty and they're everywhere.
Yes, that's true.
Protein is a little bit more difficult to get in. It's not always the best tasting, or you have to eat like a ton of meat. And if you don't like meat, then it might be a little difficult to get that in. And then your fats, you need fat because fat is important for hormone modulation, transporting and converting certain hormones in your body, as well as recovering from stress or a workout. You use a lot of fat to do that. And then carbs. Carbs are actually your body's preferred method of energy at a cellular level, and even just right now to keep us awake, we're burning carbs. To think, your brain uses a lot of carbs. You use carbs for some protein conversions in your liver, your muscles. So your body needs all three. So it's important to be able to look at all of those and look at your macros to make sure that you have enough of each one so your body can function properly, versus, only eating two and then you're lacking in the other one and some things might go astray.
Okay.
Today.
Okay, great. Okay, so, and along those lines, something very important, which you have upped in my life also, is my water intake.
Yeah.
We're over a lot of water, but I'm not drinking that.
Right.
But let's talk about water, because of course we've all heard about water. And I know I was could be consistently getting, I would call it 4 to 5 glasses a day, maybe around 50 ounces. Probably 60 ounces was a stretch. And difficult. And water is one of my preferred drinks, actually, throughout the day. And I do have an awareness when I'm getting thirsty. So I haven't. Some people have lost that, I believe.
Oh yeah.
And so I did drink water before I got with you to give me a better fitness plan and a better course of action. But tell me about the water, because that blew me away. So, and I think that would also be interesting to other people as well.
Yeah, so just like your body needs protein, fat, and carbs, your body needs water to operate at a cellular level. So every part of your body uses water to either transport something, to convert something, or some sort of function in your body. I mean, your body's made up of at least 6% of water. You need it at a cellular level to operate properly. So a lot of times when we don't drink enough water, your body actually, I like to call them little alarm clocks. Like your body sends you signals like, hey, something's wrong. Things would be like if you're hitting a crash midday, how much water have you had to drink? Or can't go to the bathroom, how much water? getting headaches, like migraines, that can be not enough water, or even if you work out and you're really sore for a long period of time, that could also be from not enough water to recover. Muscle tightness, things like that. So when you don't have enough water, all those things can go wrong because your body needs it to operate. So it's kind of like, what is something the plane needs? The plane needs fuel. If you don't give it enough fuel and you just fill the plane to the lowest amount to get it off the ground, you're going to have to crashing or landing to fill it back up again, right?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you for putting in pilot talk.
Yeah. So it's easier to just fill the tank all the way to the top, and then you can go on your long flight. Whereas your body, if you fill your body with enough water throughout the day, you're not going to get those side effects of not having enough water. So I always recommend about 80 on the short end, but usually 100 to 120 ounces of water a day.
Okay, so I'm at 100. I started at 80. I got used to 80, and I actually found myself going up over 80. And then you increased it to 100, and I got used to 100, and I am going over 100 now. So is 120 my next goal eventually?
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
I like, she does things in nice, manageable steps. That is so important.
Yes, you got to get used to it 1% at a time.
Yes, I'm at 100 ounces a day consistently. That is just, if I drink 3 liters, I try to drink 3 liters. There's an airplane way over there on the other side of the lake. We'll keep an eye on that one because he's our same altitude, he or she. And, okay, so I'm at 100 and working my way, and oh my gosh, my body is getting used to drinking that much water.
Yep, you will get used to it. At first, you're probably like going to the bathroom every other minute, but you get used to it once your body figures out, oh, like I need this, and can shuffle it around to where it needs to be used, and then you won't be running to the bathroom so often.
I love how you describe things, because you're talking about the water shuttling around to where it needs to go. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so perfect, because it helps me understand why it's really important to drink water besides just like quenching my thirst.
Right, yeah. Usually when you're thirsty, you are already slightly dehydrated.
Okay, that is good to know. So you should get to a point where you're never really thirsty.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you chug on water or sip on it during the day. Is there one preference over another?
So your body will actually prefer if you chug 8 to 16 ounces at a time.
Oh, good. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Versus just sitting there sipping it, doing smaller chugs like that can be very beneficial.
Okay. Good.
It's easier that way too.
Okay, it is easier. I can drink a 6 to 8 ounces at a time a lot easier than I can do 100 sips. Okay, so we're going to talk about now suggestions for specifically, as I said, she has experience with her boyfriend being a pilot, and that's very helpful for me being a pilot. But also for people who are traveling a lot. And right now during COVID, we're not doing as much traveling, but people are starting to get out there and do it. So how can we still maintain healthy habits while we're traveling? That's very difficult to do. So do you have some suggestions on healthy habits?
Yeah, so I mean, basically what we've talked about was making sure, even though you are flying, might not be able to be going to the bathroom all of the time, but drinking enough water. So some tricks for doing that is depending on what time you're kind of planning it out around what time your flights are. So maybe first thing when you wake up, you're chugging 20 ounces instead of 8 ounces to get it in.
Hold on 1 second. I'm going to look real quick for a plane who's just below us off your wing somewhere. Oh, there he is, down low. Okay, 800 feet, I got him. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay, so continue.
And then planning it out throughout the rest of your day. So you're chugging in the morning, you're chugging during layover that you have, then when you get back home, you're chugging then. So you don't always have to be drinking water while you're in the cockpit.
Okay.
But structuring it throughout your day.
That's great. I've noticed that what I call it pre-hydrate.
Yeah.
Like I'll pre-hydrate for something coming up.
Yeah.
Before I do something if I can.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Okay. Cool.